or in avoidance of unpleasant consequence. Idiots. What's up, you guys? Zarati. Welcome back to our channel. What's up, you guys? Zarati. Welcome back to our channel. We haven't actually done a sitting video for quite a while, so I hope this won't be boring. Actually, I was asked to make videos on this chapter, motivation and emotion, which is one of the chapters in the first year of psychology, first year in Mumbai University. I don't know about the other universities, so I thought that I'll start with this very basic introductory chapter because it's really important to know about the different types of motivation and what motivation is exactly. So let's begin. We need to study motivation because the study of motivation actually helps us to understand not only why we do things the way we do, but also why our behaviors change when we focus on one thing and when our focus shifts, or we get redirected. And emotions are a very big part of everything that we do because it affects our relationships with others and our own health, and even influences important decisions that we make. So understanding motivation is really important. So what is motivation exactly? So motivation is the process by which activities are started, directed, and even continued so that our physical and psychological needs or wants are met. It comes from this Latin word mover, I don't know how to say it, but it means to move. So motivation is what moves people to do things they do. So we tend to use the word motivation with studying, like I don't have any motivation to study, or even with exercise, like oh, I need to be motivated to exercise. But to be honest, motivation is something that we need to do anything in life. So if I have to give you an example, you are sitting on a sofa watching television, your stomach starts growling, and that tells you that you are hungry. So that is a motivation to actually get your ass up, go to the refrigerator or in your kitchen cupboard, open it, search for food and eat it. So motivation is something that actually made you get up from your sofa and walk to the kitchen and eat something. So hunger was that motivation here. Another example if I have to give is, then it will be loneliness. So the loneliness is the motivation. When you're feeling lonely, that's when you actually reach out to people and you interact with them. So you want social interaction, and loneliness is the motivation that actually makes you reach out to people. Now for some people, putting food on the table is the motivation to actually get out of bed and go to work hard so they can earn more money so they can put food on the table. So motivation is very different for different people. So there are different types of motivation. Actually, there are two types. I think you already know the answer to this. So sometimes people are driven to do something because of an external reward of some sort, or in avoidance of some kind of an unpleasant consequence. So for example, people get up out of their bed in the morning and go to work because they don't want to lose their possessions like their car or their house, because people buy or get houses and cars on loans, and they are paying the principal and the interest amount on the car and the loan, and that's how they can keep and use those things. And if they won't earn money, they won't be able to pay off. So that is one example of the avoidance of unpleasant consequence. When we talk about external reward, that is actually an extrinsic motivation. So extrinsic motivation is where a person performs an action because it leads to an outcome that is separate from the person. So sometimes we tend to use extrinsic motivation with kids to earn, so that they study and they get a good grade. So we would tell them that, oh, you know what, I will give you, or we'll have a party, like a pizza party, or I'll give you a chocolate, or I will get you that toy that you want if you get an A grade on your report card. So that is an extrinsic motivation for that child. Another example would be tipping really well to a server, waiter, but I call them servers, for bringing a food and doing their job. So that is again an extrinsic motivation. In the similar lines, you know how salesmen, they get bonus, or even employees are given extra bonus for doing a very good job. So that again, that bonus is an extrinsic motivation. In contrast, intrinsic motivation, it comes from within. People are doing the job or doing a task because it is fun, enjoyable, satisfying, rewarding, challenging in some way for that person. Like for example, for if we take the child, who is studying to get an A grade so that he can get that particular toy or a pizza party. If he studies to get an A grade, no. If he studies to enjoy, like he enjoys the whole act of studying, or he enjoys learning new things, and that's the reason why he studies a lot more. It is not about getting an A grade and getting that toy. It's about learning more and more, and that comes from within. So there was a study conducted by psychologist Teresa Amabile, I don't know. So she found that the level of creativity is actually, it differs in children depending on the motivation that they have to draw, to paint, or whatever. I will explain this whole theory in a different video because I don't want this video to be too long. Okay, and that is it. I'm going to make more videos on the motivation theories that are there in this chapter, and even about emotions. So if you want to watch those videos, don't forget to subscribe, like and share, and I'll see you next Friday with another psychology video.